Hello everybody. Should redirect you here from the craft live. We're going to do the true crime live. I still haven't eaten dinner. I'm not hungry, but I know that I should eat something. I've had some berries and stuff. I sound like a forager. All right, let's see. Where's the true crime live? Now let me find you. Is this it? This is it. Okay, so if you weren't in the hold on, why am I doing that? Let me make sure that, okay. If you weren't in the last live, which was the True Crime Craft Live, then I'll just recap for you guys all, though I didn't go through everything here. We just talked a little bit about Karen Reed. Actually, we talked a lot about Karen Reed in there because Jane Grill came up, and that was really nice, and she gave her perspective, and we tried to get Snow Remover because Snow Remover has a totally different perspective, and we're tolerant of both views here, whether you think Karen is guilty or whether you think she's innocent, and or whether you're in between, and you just, if you were on the jury, you just wouldn't vote in that way, right? So, where's my glasses? Here they are. Okay. Oh, I've still got these clippy things in my hair. Let me just take these out because my hair's driving me up a tree right now. All right. Now, so today there were questions from the jury, and people are upset because they feel that the judge, Beverly Cannoni, was the reason there was a hung jury last time, because the juror slip, the instructions is not clear, and it ended in a hung jury first, and now they mentioned somewhat the word hung jury. So we're going to go over those questions right now that were sent in, and why people, some people think, okay, great, sounds like, you know, they're looking, the worst they're going to do is charge her with drunk driving or DUI, you know, but let's, okay. All right, let me put this so I can get you a graphic here so we know what we're talking about. All right. So here we have, just can't get over how sunny it is over there, because it's not sunny over here. It's rainy and it's cold. She is wearing a jacket, and uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh, there we go. All right, so now there's tons of people out there in front of the courthouse. They say a lot of them are just going to stay until the verdict is read, if it's read. Hopefully, you know, they're going to have a verdict, and then it's not going to be a hung jury, right? Because that is something we don't need. So I'm gonna let me pull up what happened here. Okay, thought my nose was bleeding. So it was the second full day of deliberations. They started Friday. That was not a full day. Monday was a full day. Tuesday was a full day. Still no verdict, but they had jury questions, right? Trying to get the, where's my glasses? Glasses, I need the glasses. Jury is set to return for the third full day of testimony tomorrow. I'm trying to get I want to get the verbiage of these questions. Let's see, here they are. The first question related to the time frame of charge of operating a motor vehicle under the influence. Prosecutors wanted Cannoni to instruct the jury to consider the time of 12:45 a.m., while the defense didn't want a time specified. The defense argued during the trial that Karen Reed returned home and kept drinking, which would have influenced her blood alcohol level. Cannoni said she would advise the jury that they are the finders of fact and to make their own decision based on the evidence. On the second question, the jury asked whether clips of interviews that Karen Reed did in a documentary that were presented at trial constituted evidence. The judge advised, yes, they are evidence. And they also asked, I believe, the weight that they should put on it, and then she could assign any weight she want. The third question pertained to the jury slip, specifically whether a guilty verdict on a lesser charge of driving under the influence meant guilt on the main charge, which is manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence. The defense argued that amendments should be made in the jury slip. The judge returned to the courtroom with the jury present and answered the three questions, emphasizing this was their case to decide, saying, and I quote, "You folks have all the evidence. It's only you who decides the facts in this case. You are the fact finders." After a break, the jury returned a fourth question to the judge, asking if they found Karen Reed not guilty on 2 charges, but couldn't agree on the third charge, would it be a hung jury on all 3 charges? Cannoni said she would respond to the jury that that question was theoretical and not one she could answer. The defense has said several jurors from the first trial came forward and said the jury was set to acquit Karen Reed of 2 charges, but deadlocked on a third, leading to the mistrial. So what this is saying, we can read between the lines that she's going to be found not guilty of the murdering John O'Keefe. And it seems like they're just down to deliberating about the DUI, right? And now if they can't agree on that, does that mean it's going to be a hung jury? Well, that's according to her defense team, that's what happened the first time. So rightfully so, people are worried. While it's good news for her that it's looking like they're decided on the murder, right? That she didn't hit him, that she didn't murder him. But then they've got this other one they can't decide on. Now, are they going to get it together, or is it going to be another hung jury? At which case, then the prosecution would have to decide what they're going to do. So, yeah, just a mess all around. Defense, let's see what I want to say here about, she's facing several charges, the most serious being second-degree murder. If convicted, she could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. She also faces a charge of manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence, which carries a maximum of 20 years. She is also charged with involuntary manslaughter, which carries a maximum of 20 years. Motor vehicle homicide, which carries a maximum of 15 years, as well as operating under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. That's probably the one they are arguing about. They carry maximum sentences of 2.5 and 15 years, respectively. So, yeah. I don't know. I gotta wait now. I'm gonna take a poll. Before we do that, her lawyers are saying that let's see here. Split verdicts, okay? They say the judge in Karen Reed's trial decided against telling jurors that they are allowed to return a split verdict on Tuesday. And that's an issue that was raised shortly after her mistrial last year. Split verdicts are when a jury finds a defendant guilty on some charges but acquits her on others. They are allowed under Massachusetts state law. The jury deliberations are a sensitive process, and judges must be careful about the responses that they give to the jury's questions. Basically, split verdicts are sometimes called compromise or mercy verdicts, because maybe the jury isn't convinced about the top charge or the top couple of charges. But the jury feels like the defendant should be held accountable for something. Jurors already raised a question about convicting Reed of a lesser offense of operating under the influence before they asked the judge about a hung jury scenario on Tuesday. The jury asked the judge if they found Karen Reed not guilty on 2 charges but did not agree on 1 charge. Is it a hung jury on all 3 charges or just the 1 charge? If that question remains in their minds, we're going to end up in the exact same position that we were in last year, Alan Jackson told the judge. Now, let me tell you something. There was something I was listening this morning, and I was in the law and crime listening. And when they went back, you heard one of them say, I can't do this again, or I'm not doing this again. I think he means trying this whole case again because the judge is, doing this again. Cannoni sent the jurors a handwritten note telling them she could not answer their question and that they should not be concerned with the consequences of their verdict, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Okay, and then a legal expert, a retired Massachusetts Superior Court judge, said that jurors are at a hypersensitive time, and the smallest thing that was done could be done by a judge could influence the verdict. And he agreed that Cannoni should not answer hypothetical questions, and that jurors should return verdicts that are consistent with their conscience. But if they're deadlocked, if they're unable to agree, they should report that as well. Cannoni told Reed's lawyers that the question from jurors about a hung jury was premature, hypothetical, and theoretical. The jury did not indicate they were at an impasse. And 14 hours of deliberations is not a long time in the scheme of things. The judge understandably wants to be very cautious about somehow inserting herself in the deliberations. Jury deliberations have a lot of twists and turns. Following last year's mistrial, some jurors came forward and told defense attorneys, and in some cases submitted court affidavits saying they were unaware they could return a verdict on 2 of 3 counts and remained undecided on a 3rd. Karen Reed's lawyers argued that jurors agreed unanimously that she was not guilty on charges of second-degree murder and leaving the scene of an accident causing injury or death, but due to the confusing jury instructions, they did not mark the verdict slip. They said a second trial on those counts would constitute double jeopardy, and they appealed all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. The nation's highest court declined to take up her petition in the decision at the end of April. The issue of verdict slips sprang up once again in Karen Reed's retrial. On Monday, the judge denied a motion by Karen Reed's lawyers to amend the verdict slip given to jurors. The defense argued the verdict slip, which includes 1 box for not guilty and several boxes for guilty, reflecting the lesser including charges, is confusing for jurors. And And let me see here. Hang on a moment. Okay, what was this? Let me just see here. Yeah, the verdict slips are. All right, let's go. To. Let me see. I'll go to the chat. I want to go to the chat for a second to see. I want to do a poll about tomorrow. So let me do that. Hang on. Okay. All right. Why start the poll? Okay. Let's do this. Do you think the jury will have a verdict tomorrow? Let's do that one first. Okay. And we'll see about that one. And let me just get the okay, let me go over here and go back. To go. So let's see. We have 100% yes so far. 100%. I say I can't vote, but I would say yes. Definitely yes. Can you hear me, Tina? I feel like my chat is messed up. Okay, because my chat seems like it's messed up. All right, let's go on to. We'll leave the poll. Now we're getting some no's for the verdict. So we'll see what happens with that, and we're going to go on and talk about P. Diddy. Okay. Okay. All right, let me get Diddy up here. Diddy. All right. Oh boy. Day 25. Day 25. Diddy's not going to take the stand in his own defense. So, anybody that was hoping to see that, you're not going to. Now, here's the infamous video that was heard around the world, so seen around the world, right? From 2016. And then we left yesterday with Special Agent Delisa Penland on the stand. So she's going to begin on the stand again. And the judge, before they got started, the judge reprimanded defense attorneys and prosecutors over an article that he said revealed details of a sealed proceeding held Friday. The judge said, well, someone is lying, after lawyers from both sides said they didn't know who could have leaked the information. The defense attorney, Mark Agnifilo, said he learned of the article when the government sent it to the defense yesterday. One or more people in this courtroom, or the designated people who were here on Friday, flagrantly violated this court's orders, the judge said. Yeah. He said he'll be investigating, and he threatened to punish any violation, citing his order that threatens punishment as severe as criminal contempt or sanctions. He warned both sides that he would seize their devices and compel people to testify under oath if any other violations occur. And today the judge said the other jurors were told that juror number 6 was excused and they couldn't discuss the circumstances around it, and the jurors were not allowed to discuss it amongst themselves. Submarinian told the parties that they would handle another separate issue with a juror number 7 at the end of the day. Now, prosecutor Maureen Comey said prosecution will likely rest their case tomorrow, but it could go over until Friday morning. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo estimated the defense's case would take somewhere between 2 and 5 trial days, but said they're still making some adjustments. The judge noted that they could be looking at charging the jury sometime next week, and Agnifilo agreed with that projection. Now, Brendan Paul, Sean Diddy's former assistant, invoked the Fifth Amendment. The jury was not present, and the judge will sign an immunity order compelling him to testify. He's going to take the stand later. He took the stand later that day, okay? And now we still have Penland on there. Jury sees records for a flight and a hotel reservation made for an escort, paid for by Sean Combs on his American Express card. The jury also saw text messages between Jules and Cassandra Ventura, Combs' ex-girlfriend, in which she thanks him and sends him the escort flight information for his flight home. Hotel records showed the reservation was made under the name of Combs, assistant Ellie Maroun, and with Christina Coram, Combs' former chief of staff, listed as the contact. The card on file belonged to Sean Combs. The records also indicated that the guest later requested an additional room to be added to the reservation. The credit card statement with those charges was paid off by 5 different bank accounts, including some linked to Bad Boy Entertainment and Combs Enterprises. The jury saw hotel records that detailed various hotel room damage fees Sean Diddy Combs paid for. One hotel in Beverly Hills charged $500 for drape and carpet damage. Combs' American Express card was used to pay a 2015 hotel invoice listing $950 for linen damage and deep cleaning. In October of 2012, Combs' American Express paid the Intercontinental New York Times Square $46,786 for damage to the penthouse. The name Frank Black was listed on that hotel portfolio. The jury then saw messages between Sean and a contact called New York Strip a couple of days before the December 2009 hotel stay. Sean texted repeatedly, trying to set up a time for a massage. "Can you let me know if there's a problem so I have time to get her another present?" Combs wrote. Later in the conversation, they both asked each other if they were cops. So then Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson presented a timeline of records related to the March 2016 altercation at the Intercontinental between Sean and Cassie. The records included text messages, calls, and photos, beginning with Cassie inquiring about an escort's availability on March 4th. The timeline shows that Sean Combs made 8 consecutive calls to Cassie Ventura at around 11:28 a.m., all of which went unanswered. It includes photos of Cassie with a swollen lip, wearing sunglasses, taken at 11:35 a.m. The jury previously saw these photos when Cassie was testifying earlier in the trial. Sean called Cassie 3 times around 11:36, but she did not answer. She called him back twice shortly after, which each call lasted about a minute. Sean then called her back 3 times without answer, and then texted, "Call now." Cassie responded, "I went and checked everything and spoke to security. Jules left, so you're good. As long as you don't disrupt the other guests, they'll leave you be." Sean called her twice, again, shortly after, and she didn't answer. He then texted her, "Call me now. Call me. The cops are here." Sean called her 3 times at 12:08 p.m., shortly after sending the message. The first call lasted 18 seconds. The others were not answered. At 12:09 p.m., Cassie calls Sean. She calls his former security guard, Damian Butler, who goes by D-Rock, for 22 seconds. Then Sean texted Cassie, "You gonna abandon me all alone?" And he called her again twice with no answer. Then he texted her at 12:10 p.m., "Call me, please." Then Cassie texted him, "I have a premiere Monday for the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. I have a black eye and a fat lip. It was time for me to go. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. Please stay far away from me." Both Sean Combs and D-Rock called Cassie after that message, and she didn't answer. Then Cassie called D-Rock back, and they were on the phone for less than 2 minutes. "Call me," Combs texted Cassie. "Help." Combs called Cassie multiple times over the next 10 minutes. She answered once for about 34 seconds, and during that time, she also called D-Rock twice. "I'm about to be arrested," Sean texted her at 12:19. "Thanks." He called her again before texting her, "If you don't pick up, you'll never hear my voice again." Combs called Cassie 5 more times in the next half hour, but none of the calls were answered. Christina Coram, Combs' former chief of staff, also called Cassie once during that period, and the call was not answered either. The timelines of records related to the March 2016 altercation at the Intercontinental details of a flurry of calls and texts between Sean, Cassie, Christina Coram, and D-Rock. Cassie texted Coram around 2:30 p.m. saying, "This is crazy. He won't stop. Please tell him. The neighbors are about to call the police." Christina Coram responds that she got him and they were going down the elevator. D-Rock said to Coram, "Tell him he needs to get out of there before they call the police." Cassie and her former best friend Kerry Morgan both testified that Sean went to Cassie's apartment after Cassie left the hotel. Cassie texted Coram, "Please take away whatever keys he thinks he has." Coram texted D-Rock that she got him back to his Los Angeles home around 3 p.m. After more unanswered calls from Sean to Cassie, Coram texted her, "Talk to him. He promised me he won't go back over if you would just talk to him for 5 minutes. And sorry, don't want to be in the middle, just don't want him to go back over." Between 4:49 and 5:15, calls between Sean and Cassie connect for 18 and 10 minutes. Cassie and Sean Combs' assistant, Ellie Maroon, were on calls starting around 5:30 p.m. Shortly after that, there were about 4 calls between Cassie and Sean. At 5:52 p.m., Christina Coram, Combs' former chief of staff, texted Maroon and saying, "I'm going to ask to just cover damages." "He wants to speak to Spanish security guard," Maroon responded. "Say they had a fun, drunk night to try and get more info," Coram texted. "LOL, no shot. They aren't playing nice," Maroon responded. Sean and his former security guard, Damian Butler, D-Rock, each called Cassie several times between 6 and 7 p.m., with most of those calls being unanswered. At 6:55 p.m., Kerry Morgan, a former friend of Cassie, texted Coram a picture of a business card from LAPD and said, "I don't think anyone should call her." Coram asked if she could call Morgan in a bit when she was alone. "She was looking for anyone to say the wrong thing so she can call domestic abuse," Morgan wrote, later saying, "Cass just asked me to send that to you." Cassie then answered a call from D-Rock and 2 calls from Christina Coram at 7 p.m. Coram texted Maroon at 9:55 p.m. "Did you get security's number? PD is asking." "Wouldn't give it to me," Maroon responded. "What is Eddie's last name?" Christina texted. 2 photos were recovered from Cassie's device taken at 7:09 the next day, March 6th. One of the photos appeared to be a picture of 2 men. The other showed someone sitting on a couch. Sean texted D-Rock, "How is she?" at 9:32 a.m. "She's okay. She's eating breakfast. Her face don't look bad. She's good." He said that Cassie was smiling and laughing and suggested Combs call her or call the house. Records show that there were messages between Cassie and others planning her fitting on March 6th. The timeline shows the photo first shown during Ventura's testimony, in which she was wearing a gown and sunglasses during a fitting. On the morning of March 7th, Cassie texted Sean, "This was supposed to be a really exciting day for me, and I wish I could just crawl in bed and stay there until I look better." The timeline shows a series of calls between Sean Combs and former Intercontinental security guard Eddie Garcia on March 7th. The timeline also shows a photo of Garcia's license that was taken at 2:21 p.m., and that was recovered from former Chief of Staff Christina Coram's phone. Garcia previously testified that he met Sean Combs to exchange the video footage for $100,000 that afternoon, and while he was there, he signed a non-disclosure agreement, and Christina Coram took a photo of his license. Starting around 2:30 p.m. that day, Cassie called Sean. She called Sean's former security guard, Damian Butler, D-Rock, and her apartment building, the Comstock. D-Rock then called her, and the call connected for less than a minute. Cassie then texted Morgan, "I should have sued, LOL." "Totally," Morgan responded. Sean called Ventura again for about a minute later that afternoon. On March 7th, Sean called Garcia twice, and with the second call connecting for about a minute and a half. 2 photos on Cassie's photo taken later that evening showed her and Sean Combs together. Garcia called Sean on March 8th for about a minute, and Combs called him later that night, but the call went to voicemail. Combs called Garcia again the next day, and Garcia called him back later, and the call connected. And then on March 25th, Combs called Garcia for about a minute. Then the Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson said she was finished with her direct examination. Geragos was doing the cross. Okay, and Penland was talking about the lists of individuals associated with the meetings in the charts. And she said there could have been other people present, but if I did not have the evidence, their name wouldn't be put in the chart. She said it did not have the name of every potential person that was at this gathering. Geragos read a series of messages between Sean and Cassie from different points in time, when Cassie wrote sexually explicit messages to Sean Combs and in one instance told him she's always ready to freak off. Freak off. After reading each message, Geragos then asked the special agent to confirm the message wasn't included in the government summary chart pertaining to Cassie. Some of the messages Geragos flagged were dated around the time of meetings between Combs, Ventura, and escorts that are listed on the chart. Geragos pointed out a meeting in late July of 2012 that listed Cassie's name but not Sean's name on the summary chart. And Penland confirmed that she didn't see messages between Sean and Cassie related to the meeting, but she saw messages between Cassie and a contact called Islander LA. In that text conversation, Cassie asked if he was available and told him to come as soon as he could because she had a flight to catch. Then Geragos reviewed messages previously entered into evidence in which Cassie Ventura expresses that she wants to freak off, or she discusses planning a freak off with Sean and escorts. Geragos asked Penland, a special agent, about multiple times whether she reviewed entries in the government summary charts to ensure that they were complete. Message threads included in the chart were pertaining to gatherings between Sean and Cassie and an escort. Penland responded each time that she was not involved with the case and only reviewed what prosecutors gave her to ensure the charts were accurate based on the underlying source documents they provided her. The jury watched portions of a video they viewed yesterday, recorded on October 14, 2012. Cassie previously testified the video showed her and a man referred to as Dave during a freak-off. They also watched portions of another video on the same day. The jury watched portions of another video that was recorded on October 20th of 2012. Cassie Ventura, previously testified the video showed her and a man called Jules during a freak-off. Then the jury watched portions of videos that were recorded on December 4th of 2014, and all of those videos were sealed because they're sexually explicit. The current video clip that the jury was viewing at that time was 4 minutes long. At that point, the jury watched more than 15 minutes of sexually explicit videos under the cross-examination of Penland. When the first video was played, some sound was audible in the courtroom, including what sounded like a woman's voice. And a court security officer alerted the judge. At one point, 5 of the 6 jurors sitting in the same row had their chins resting on their hands at the same time. Penland confirmed that all 5 of the explicit videos the jury watched were recovered from a Frank Black user profile on one of Cassie's devices. The videos are sealed because they're sexually explicit. Geragos reviewed more text messages between Sean and Cassie, planning freak-offs that are listed in the government summary chart. In some messages, Cassie talks about planning the logistics for a freak-off, with Combs sometimes saying she wants to have a freak-off when Sean asks, and other times they exchange sexually explicit messages. In February of 2013, Sean wrote, "Maybe one of those nights," and Ventura responds, "Yes." Geragos also reviewed other messages between Sean and Ventura that were sent shortly after some of the freak-offs. Cassie texted Combs in late October 12 saying that she kept having sexy flashbacks of yesterday. In another message sent on Father's Day 2013, Cassie texted Sean Thank you for always showing me love and happiness the way it's supposed to be. Can't wait until we have a baby of our own to celebrate Father's Day. Geragos asked Penland, a special agent, if she reviewed any materials indicating a meeting around New Year's Eve 2016-2017. She confirmed she did not. Cassie's friend, Deontay Nash, previously testified that he saw a man enter Ventura and Diddy's hotel room during a New Year's trip to Las Vegas that year. Geragos concluded her cross, and Emily said she's going to briefly do a redirect. She was going back to the Intercontinental Hotel incident in March of 2016, the one you see on the screen. In the days after the assault, Sean texted Cassie, "Baby, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry." On the same day, Cassie texted Combs, "I still have crazy bruising from Friday. I would be a dummy to subject myself to that possibly happening again. When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child." And then this special agent was off the stand. Okay. Because of the length of Penland's cross, the prosecution expects to rest on Friday because the jury was dismissed right after that. The judge cleared the courtroom and then he had to handle another matter. I think that is regarding to the juror number 7, right? But that's what they had to go and do. Now let's see. Yeah, okay, something was wrong with my chat because not even Nightbot was running. It was crazy. Let's see. I think there was a YouTube glitch. Hi, Christine. You been in pain? Oh, sorry. Hi, ICU. You see me. Now I see you guys. W2 Scooter, Justina, White Angel. Ouch. What is ICU saying? Why does YouTube have some ads? They made me get rid of black. Huh. Okay, so let's see where we are tomorrow. Majority still believes there will be a verdict in Karen Reed, and yes, I would vote yes if I could. If I could, I would. Okay, let me go back over here and let's see what else is going on here. They still haven't found that Travis Decker, huh? Crazy. Okay, we've got an update here about Austin Metcalf. You remember Austin Metcalf? The one identical twin that was stabbed by Carmelo Anthony. Okay, there's an update. Let me just get a graphic here so we know that we are changing gears. Make this a little larger before I bring it over. Okay. There we go on that. Now, so the Texas School District released security footage last week that reportedly showed the morning high school student Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed. Frisco Independent School District confirmed that it has video from the April 2nd incident at Kukendall Stadium, but will not be releasing it publicly. The district said releasing the video to the public would violate student privacy and school security. Metcalf, Austin Metcalf, a junior at Memorial High School in Frisco, was fatally stabbed during a UIL District 11 5A track meet at Kuykendall Stadium. Police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, a student from Centennial High School in Frisco, stabbed Metcalf in the chest during a confrontation after Anthony was seated under a tent that was designated for Memorial High School students. Security camera at the event recorded several minutes that led up to the stabbing. It shows only half of Kuykendall Stadium, and the camera's distance from the incident made it hard to identify people in the video. At around 9:55 a.m., the video showed sudden movement under the tent, followed by what appeared to be an interaction between two people. Frisco ISD officials confirmed that the tent is where the stabbing occurred. Minutes later, an ambulance arrived. Paramedics tried to reach Metcalf in the bleachers, but realized the stretcher won't make it. Then they carried it into the stands by hand. Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter, said that he held Austin in his arms until help arrived, saying, and I quote, "I tried to whip around as fast as I could. I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest. I tried to help him." As medics tended to Metcalf, someone placed crime scene tape and spread out a blue tarp farther up in the stands behind the tent, according to the footage. Police later say that's where they found the knife used in the attack. By 10:13 a.m., paramedics moved the stretcher towards the gate. Numerous people were seen surrounding the stretcher. As it was loaded into the vehicle at 10:20, the ambulance left. The footage continued for several minutes, showing officers inside the tent area. Prosecutors are now expected to present the video to a grand jury. Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony remains on house arrest and has been ordered to have no contact with the Metcalf family. He's facing a first-degree murder charge. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Diddy. I'm going to go into this other thing now. Okay. See what other headline making stuff we have here. Oh my goodness, what is this about? Oh dear. Hold on, let me see what this is called. All right, this is, get a shot of this. Hold on a minute. What the heck? Why is there no, hang on, let's get an image so we can change this. All right, here's the one I want to use. Open. All right, here we go. So, police removed, oh my gosh, what is this thing? 88 children from a Bible study camp in Iowa as part of a human trafficking investigation. Deputies raided an Iowa church and removed 88 children participating in a Bible study camp as part of a sweeping human trafficking investigation on Monday. The Young people are now in protective custody of local agencies after they were taken from the Shekinah Glory Camp run by Kingdom Ministry of Rehab and Recreation. Deputies executing search warrants removed the children over the weekend and took them to nearby Wapello Methodist Church to meet with CPS workers. The Iowa Department of Health and Human Services placed the children in temporary foster care until they could be reunited with their parents or guardians. The Kingdom Ministry of Rehabilitation and Recreation was founded in 2018. It was hosting the summer camp, was running from June 8th to June 29th. The family behind the ministry that runs the camp in Columbus Junction denied the allegations. And they said, and I quote, "What we try to do is we take care of adults and children who are under the influence of drugs, alcohol, nicotine." Whose parents, Victor Bowie said that, whose parents run the ministry. "The adults and children, we take care of them. We provide food for them. The children we separate from the adults. We separate the boys and girls. We care for them. We provide for them." Bowie said that a teen from Texas called authorities because he didn't want to attend the camp. Bowie said no children were ever in danger or harmed. "We never harmed that child. We loved him. We bought him like $400 shoes, clothing, everything." Christian teenagers from across the nation attend the camp. Bowie said that when the children aren't studying the Bible, they have fun playing volleyball, soccer, and other outdoor activities. Deputies executed search warrants at several locations, one where the camp was taking place in Columbus Junction, and another less than 2 miles away in Fredonia, where the church helps people find housing. The Louisa County Sheriff's Office said the operation took place in coordination with the Iowa Department of Health and Human Services. The investigation remains ongoing, and the church is run by 2 pastors from Burma. They are members of the Chin, an ethnic minority, according to the Iowa Cultural Organization. Iowa has resettled thousands of refugees fleeing the longest-running civil war in the world. Iowa has one of the largest Burmese populations in the Midwest, and Columbus Junction had a significant number in the area. Many of the refugees are poor, and they work in the Tyson Food, Inc. meatpacking plant, where the company has translators on premises. The plant is responsible for 2% of the hogs slaughtered each year in the nation. Burma is also known as Myanmar, is one of the countries added to the controversial list of nations banned for entry to the U.S. by the State Department on June 16th. Okay, let me go back. I talked about Diddy, and then okay, well, I went through all of that. So let's see what this is. This looks like somebody familiar to me. I don't know, though. Let's see. Where did you go? Okay, here's this woman. She's 36. She looks older than 36 to me. 36-year-old Kristen Marie Spearman has been charged with third-degree felony stalking, according to police. What did she do? She's from Texas, and she allegedly conned a reverend into certifying a marriage certificate with her ex after he broke up with her. She then allegedly mailed a photo of herself holding the certificate along with a copy of the certificate to her ex inside a Bath and Body Works gift package. Following an investigation, 36-year-old Kristen Marie Spearman of Waco, Texas, was charged with third-degree felony stalking in the case. The man made a startling discovery when he opened the package on his porch. He is a 42-year-old man, and he returned to his Beverly Hills home on Friday night on June 13th to find a gift from Bath and Body Works that was sent to him by his ex-girlfriend. Inside the package was a photo of his ex, 36-year-old Kristen Marie Spearman of Waco, holding what appeared to be a marriage license, showing them married and officiated by a local reverend. The package also contained a copy of the marriage certificate that was filed with the McLennan County Clerk's Office. According to police, the man reported that he and Spearman had been in a relationship and obtained a marriage license on or about June 2nd. After the license was issued, they got into an argument, and the man told her he did not want to be in a relationship, I guess, much less a marriage, right? An investigation found that Spearman, pursuant to the scheme of obtaining a marriage certificate, convinced the reverend to certify the victim and Kristen in the holy union of matrimony without the knowledge of the victim and his required presence. Wow. And then she filed this certificate with the county clerk. With the collaboration of the Hewitt Police Department, Spearman was arrested at her home near Hewitt. She was charged with third-degree felony stalking, and she was booked into the McLennan County Jail, where she's being held on a $10,000 bond. The Beverly Hills Police Department said in a release that they will not be disclosing the identity of the reverend to prevent harassment and influence as this case proceeds. So she was with somebody in Beverly Hills. What was she? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Very strange. Very strange. I don't understand what's going on here. What is this? What? Scott Wolf. 911 call from Scott Wolf's Utah home reveals family flight. Oh, family fight. I have to clean my glasses, huh? Scott Wolf, he was the guy from that old show Party of Five, right? The 911 call made on June 13th at 2:50 a.m. to 3:05 a.m. Scott Wolf's wife, Kelly Wolf, was detained by police and taken to a hospital on Friday, June 13th. On Tuesday, June 17th, the Summit County Sheriff's Office released the audio and a report from the 911 call made at 2:50 a.m. on June 13th. Kelly was detained 3 days after she and Scott announced that they were separating after 21 days of marriage. What happened to my graphic? Hold on. Where'd it go? I see it here on this thing, but I don't know where it is. That's very odd. Where did it go? Very strange. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up again. Now I see it here, but I don't know where it is. Okay, let's just get a new one, right? Why are we doing this again? There you are. Oh, I just saw you. Just saw you. No. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. There we go. Now it's making more sense. Okay, so they announced they were getting a divorce, and then she was taken into custody not custody, she was taken to a hospital on June 13th. The audio from the call at Scott, who's 57, and Kelly's home with an unknown caller whose name is redacted, reporting to authorities there was a family fight the same day of the call. Kelly was detained and handcuffed by sheriffs. Summon County Sheriff's Office spokesperson said that a small handful of calls for service had been made to the authorities from the Wolf's home before the Friday incident. See, you never know what goes on, right? In the dispatch audio, a dispatcher is heard saying it looks like the trespass was removed from that the other day after the last time law enforcement was out there. Police have not confirmed what they were referring to on the call. On Friday, Kelly uploaded a video to Instagram capturing the moment the police officers arrived to take her to the hospital. Her detention came 3 days after she and Scott announced they were separating after 21 years of marriage. So there's a video where she's saying, oh my gee, don't, oh my gee, this is not happening. And she said in the video, which only displayed a black screen until the last seconds, at the end of the clip, Kelly appears on camera alongside responding police officers, saying, "This is shameful, gentlemen." She told the authorities, look at this woman. This is shameful. Be ashamed of yourselves, gentlemen. One of the officers then told her she's not going to jail and that they're going to get her some help. And she replied, I know what I'm doing. I've done this. This is my job. One of the officers then told her later that day, law enforcement confirmed that Kelly was admitted to a local hospital after being detained. Upon speaking with the female, our deputies learned that she had made concerning comments to a family member, and she also made similar comments to our deputies. For that reason, our deputies transported the female to a local hospital. Spokesperson for the Utah County Sheriff's Department also exclusively confirmed to People that Kelly was handcuffed per the department's policy. Kelly shared a photo on her Instagram story shortly after her Instagram Live, which showed her belongings in what appeared to be a hospital room. I have been taken against my will. Please check on my kids, she wrote in block text across the post. Also, I am happier than I have ever been. Later that day, Scott and Kelly's friend, Billy Bush, confirmed in an Instagram video that Kelly is getting the help she needs. And I can tell you, I've talked to her myself, one-on-one personally about it. She's got excellent parents, they're on it, adding, she's a beautiful person, and so is Scott. Like a mess, right? Okay. is Jesse. Is that Paul McCartney's son? Hold on a minute. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't think so. Julie Cressy. Anne Burrell's final Instagram post. What happened to Anne Burrell? She was... I don't even know. You know, it's so weird. I haven't watched TV or movies. I don't even know like who half these... I look at celebrity news. It's like I don't even know who these people are. Oh my gosh. This is something. Kelsey Grammer is having a new baby. Kelsey Grammer is going to be a father of 8. At the age of 70, his wife, Kate Walsh, is expecting the couple's 4th baby together. They were photographed spending time together in London, where Walsh wore a billowy black dress that showed off her baby bump. Grammer is dad to 7 other kids. James 8, Gabriel 10, Faith 12. I guess that's from them. Jude 20, Mason 23, Greer 33, and Spencer 41. How old is she? She's 41. No, he's not. No. That's his daughter. She's 46. Comments are not kind. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, this is very sad. There is a influencer on, I think she was on TikTok, and their son drowned. She wasn't home at the time, and now they said the mother was not home. That's so sad. That's very sad. I didn't want to go into that. Very sad. And people sit around and blame people like they want that to happen. All right, let's go and see what else. Martha Stewart. All right, let me go to our other. Oh, this is a good news. Here's some good news. We need some good news, right? A missing teen was rescued. A teenager in Florida whose family feared that he drowned in the ocean was found nearly a mile from shore, clinging to a bodyboard. Over the weekend, a family in Martin County reported their son was missing. The family told investigators they were at the beach. At some point, they lost sight of their 15-year-old after he went underwater. A large search effort was organized that included ocean rescue lifeguards, a dive team, Marion County Sheriff's Office, Martin County Fire Rescue, Jupiter Islands Public Safety, and the U.S. Coast Guard. The searchers looked for more than an hour before a private captain happened to spot the teen. I found him. I was scanning the water. I looked directly north, and all I saw was a hand waving over the waves. He said he found the teen hanging onto his boogie board, still wearing his goggles and snorkeling fins. He was resting his arms on the boogie board. He was trying to tread water best he could. He had to have been out there probably well over an hour, so he was definitely getting a little winded, a little tired from treading the water. The teenager had a reasonable request. The only thing he said to me is, I would like a ride back to shore, please. After the rescue, the teenager was medically cleared and reunited with his family. First responders said that he was pulled unusually far away by the ocean currents and called the fact that he was able to be found a miracle. We're actually calling this a miracle recovery because usually when someone gets pulled away, they kind of stay in the general area depending on the wind and the currents. But he unfortunately got pulled very far away, and by the grace of God, he was able to stay afloat. Wow, that's crazy, but glad he's okay. The Coca-Cola factory closes. Coca-Cola closes U.S. factory and fires everyone. Wow. That's terrible. 60-mile-per-hour winds pull a cruise ship from a dock in Alaska. Tropical storm Eric could soon become a major hurricane. Severe storms put 100 million on alert after tornado outbreak. Wow, let's see what this is about. Evie, don't listen. Powerful storms are threatening millions after a tornado outbreak across the plains, where over a dozen tornadoes were reported in 3 states. 100-mile-an-hour straight-line winds in Wichita. In West Virginia, devastating floods. Oh yeah, that's terrible in West Virginia. Horrible. Powerful storms are threatening millions after that tornado outbreak. 100-mile-per-hour straight-line winds slamming parts of Kansas. Last night, gigantic textbook tornadoes were tearing across the fields. At least 19 were reported. Hold on, stop that. Missing across, 19 reported across Nebraska tornadoes, Colorado, and Minnesota. Thankfully, no injuries and minimal damage, but it shows what the system can do as it pushes east. In West Virginia, they've had a month's worth of rain, just 30 minutes, and it's devastating. Yeah, that's terrible. I've seen the flood I've never seen is devastation like we've never had. That came from a volunteer fire department. He said, we have more structures gone. People's houses are missing. Mobile homes are missing. People were in them. 5 of 7 people killed lived in this town, including 19-year-old Travis Creighton and his sister Shelby, telling he was so funny, full of life, and had a very big heart. Very sad. Oh, At Home is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 26 stores are set to close. Those At Home stores, they were a part of the Christmas tree shops, and they went into bankruptcy. What was it, a couple of years ago? So now this is going to bankruptcy, right? Let's see what's going on. Oh my gosh, that was so scary. That was my mouse that fell off. How did it do that? That was nuts. It sounded like breaking glass. Hold on a minute. It's not breaking glass. It's my freaking mouse. And now where's my battery and the battery cover? Let's see. Got the battery. Got the battery cover. Hold on. Hold on, please. Okay, there we go. Battery and the battery cover, and I was going to go look at the At Home stores. I want to see what's the deal with that. I want to see if mine is closing. Let's see. They are filing bankruptcy. They're going to close 26 stores. Let's see. Frankly, I rarely buy anything in these stores because they don't have the pricing like the Christmas tree shop. Things are very, very high. I mean, I really liked a wind chime in there, but it was $50, and shouldn't have been that. So let's see. Texas-based retailer announced Monday it's entering Chapter 11 protection as part of a restructuring agreement to eliminate $2 billion in debt and infuse $200 million to support operations moving forward. The At Home CEO Brad Weston said in a statement that the company has struggled to operate against the backdrop of an increasingly dynamic and rapidly evolving trade environment as we navigate the impact of tariffs. Owned by Hellman and Friedman, At Home was originally named Garden Ridge Pottery. It opened its first store in 1979. It expanded to more than 250 stores across the U.S., selling a variety of home goods like decor, furniture, and kitchenware. Now, see, I heard that this was a part of the Christmas tree shop, but it's At Home plans to close 26 locations by September 30th, 2025. It is the latest retailer to face financial troubles. Last year, the Container Store and Big Lots filed for bankruptcy. In March, Forever 21 announced that it was shutting down U.S. operations, and fabric and crafts retailer Joann's filed for bankruptcy in January. Now here's where they're closing. In California, they're going to close 750 Newhall Drive, San Jose, 2505 El Camino Real in Tustin, California, 2200 Harbor Boulevard, Costa Mesa, 3995 East Foothills Boulevard, Pasadena, 1982 East 20th Street, Chico, California, 26532 Town Center Drive Suites in Foothill Ranch, California, 8320 Delta Shores Circle, Sacramento, California, and North Bellflower Boulevard, Long Beach, California. In Florida, the 14585 Biscayne Boulevard, North Miami, Florida, closing. Illinois is seeing 2 close. 13180 South Cicero Avenue, Crestwood, Illinois, 5203 West War Memorial Drive, Peoria, Illinois. Massachusetts is going to see 2 closings, 300 Providence Highway, Dedham, Mass., and 571 Boston Turnpike, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Minnesota, 2820 Highway 63 South Rochester, Minnesota. Montana, 905 South 24th Street, West Billings, Montana. New Jersey, you're going to see 1 close in Middletown Township. You're going to see 1 close in Ledgewood and Princeton. New York is not closing mine. They're closing 1 though in Rego Park and the Bronx. Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh is closing. Virginia, Manassas and Leesburg. Washington, they're closing the stores in Yakima. I have a friend that lives in Yakima. And Bellingham. And Wisconsin, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, it's closing. Sorry. Shop while you can if you need to there. All right. I know they are a part of, they were a part of the Christmas tree shop. So let me just go and confirm that now. At Home. Okay, it's Christmas tree shop, but they said it was. It's what they said on here as influencers. That's so weird. I know they did before. They wanted, but no wonder it's so different. I'll find my information on that. Okay, now let's see where you guys are. Let's go back to the chat. Where are you guys? Are you going to talk to me? I can't find you. There you are. Okay, let's look at this poll. Do you think the jury will have a verdict tomorrow? 72% yes. So we're going to close that and say that yes. You wondered why the guy in the red life jacket wanted his face blurred out. I don't know. Maybe he was a minor and they just did it. You remember years ago when you went to Hawaii, what Angel said, the big island of Hawaii. I went snorkeling. I got so captivated by the little fishes underwater that I swam far, 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 not realizing, and when I looked up to see how far from shore I was, the size of the hotel, which was massive, looked like a grain of rice. I can't believe that I swam that far in shark territory. Hi, it's just me. Thanks for the tip on watermelon. I'm eating leftover Chinese. What's the tip on watermelon? I have watermelon. Just bought another one today. What's the tip on watermelon? Hi, I see you, see me. Hi, Scooter House. What's the tip on watermelon? I'd like it, please. What's the tip on watermelon? I missed it. I don't even see it. Please tell me. What is the tip on watermelon? What's the tip, please? Please share. Please share it with the class. Don't tell me it's the salt, because I can't, caca. I can't have salt on watermelon. Well, I finally got that thing done. Then my letters used to all be Christmas. My dad always said pick the dark green ones and don't pick the light colored ones with the yellow. With yellow, pick the dark green. And I also, no, it can't be soft. It's got to be hard. And you know what else? You know what else? You always make sure, White Angel, that it has a spot on the bottom that shows that it was laying on the ground, because that means it ripened on the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? You want that. I'm looking at mine now. I just picked up. Mine is a dark green, and it always has to have a spot on the bottom that shows that it laid on the ground. And then you want it to be heavy, because that means it has a lot of juice. And there is a knocking that people do on it, but yes, I was just about to write that it's got to have that brown circle where it was on the ground. Yes. Yes, I've gotten 2 watermelons this year. The first one really wasn't very good, even though we did all that. I found out one time that every watermelon I got at Aldi's was delicious. This one I just got at ShopRite, and I think it's going to be really good. Yes, heavy. Don't get the knocking. I just don't get that. Like, what is the watermelon supposed to say? Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe they think there's air in there. I don't know what the knocking does. I mean, you do want to feel it and make sure it doesn't have any soft spots or anything, but I mean, I just don't get the knocking. Don't go knocking. If this watermelon is rocking, I don't know. It is just ridiculous. So you should say there a knock and be like, and then when somebody comes by, say, I've already checked them all. No one's home. No one's there. Nobody's there. Nobody's home with the watermelons. You might try the cantaloupe. Cantaloupes are so weird this year. They're just like, I don't know. You buy them and they're hard. You put them on your counter, and then the next time you're like, what the hell? They're like all like got soft spots in them. It's ridiculous. Where the heck is Murder of Crows? Do you know I didn't eat dinner tonight? You know that, right? Right. It's cause it's picked too soon and then they put it in the freezer. Really? The cantaloupe's in the freezer? That's gross. The last one I bought, it tasted like a wrapped potato. The food these days, it doesn't have the smell or the taste like in Europe where it's homegrown in the fields. Oh shoot, I've already worked on this one. Hold on. Okay, what'd you say? It seemed like all the berries or fruit would pick ourselves, and if yes, they of course, yeah. Berry picking, we go berry picking. I like to go berry picking. Your parents used to take you when you were younger. Yeah, it's nice to go berry picking. We used to always go berry picking up here and get blueberries and make blueberry pie and everything. The berries so far, they're still good here. I mean, the strawberries I got at Wegmans last week were so good. Ethan ate almost like the 2 quarts of them in 1 minute. They were so good. And I got some today, and that's what I ate. I ate a quart of them already, and I've got another quart. And the blueberries, those are still good. They are. You just got to watch where you're getting them from. I remember we used to have strawberries in Florida. Oh my gosh, they were the size. They were so big, and they were so good. My father used to talk about them all the time. And which are female? What? Where are your word cookie warriors? I don't know. My word cookie warrior. I don't know what's going on. I think the storms are like. I don't know what the hell is going on. The storms are probably taking people away. I don't know. Because the chat was all messed up. Not even Nightbot was here before. Murder of Crows. Oh, by the way, I have to say that one night we have to play the game only where we guess where subscribers are male. Yeah. Humor and humors. Oh, yeah, humor. Very good. Oh, rumor. Yeah. No, we can't. No. Oh, but what about sumo? I thought I did rooms. I did rooms, but I didn't do rooms. I did rooms, but I didn't do rooms. I did rooms, but I didn't do room. Oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. That was fast. Oh, bouquet. No, bouquet. Hey there, murder of crows. Right, bouquet. Very good. Oh, Heart Made Wise got it. Oh gosh, thank you. You know, I like the banker boxes that don't have them. I'm assembling some of them, and I bought one that has the lid attached. Okay, and what are you doing with them? What are you putting in them? Oh, special level. It's gonna have an eye. Did you get the big one? Oh, boutique. Very good. What did I do there? I'm really going crazy. Now my thing is not working. Oh my gosh, it won't go to the right letters. What did I do here? What is going on here? Okay, now I'm going to look at you guys. I think I already said that they didn't work. Yeah, it was another one. Invoice, good. We both got that. Oven, did you get anything I didn't get yet? Not yet, right? Okay. Nice. Okay. What is this one? I did once. I already have once. Let's see. No. Oh, I just got one too. Okay. I didn't even know I didn't even have one. Oh, icon, yeah. Very good, Murder of Crows. Oh, wait a minute. No. What do we got here? I. No, it begins with an I. Begins with an I. Ionic. There you go. Very good. help. I need someone. Hope. Hole. Hoop. A loop. Okay. Pole. Pool. Oh, loophole, right? And oh, I know. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Oh, you got it too. I got it just undo. I didn't even look at you guys. A bully. Yeah. And a bull. You gotta grab him by the horns. Hi, 61. How are you? Backhand. Very good. Back. Well, did we do back? No. Very good. Doing good? That's good. That is good. Lally. Oh, no, what do they call it? What do they call that thing? Oh, not the lolly. The Sally port. The Sally port. I tried Chad. I tried Dank, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I'm okay. How are you? I already asked you how you are. Why am I asking again? Do I want a different answer? No. I don't know. I don't know why I'm asking. Again, because I'm losing it tonight. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Hack, yeah. Very good. I think I've got to have some cereal or something. Or maybe I'm just going to have some fruit. Oh, lollygagging. Okay, hold on. I have to get some fruit here. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. It's just the way it's got to go. I got to check out my projects over here. How are my projects turning out? Now I need some more stuff on it. This one is doing good, but I want to put some more stuff in that. This one's coming out good, but I have to go. Where's my thing? Sorry, guys, I'm just checking my crafts for a second. I have to do something extra to my extra. I have to make it extra. I used to always do crafts. Did you know that I used to decoupage all the time while I did true crime? All the time while I was sitting there talking about stuff, I would always be decoupaging something. It's crazy. Yeah, that has to go there. Hold on a minute, guys. I've just got to do something really quick here. Hold on. Yes, I've got to put that there. Hold on, I'm doing a little operation. I've got to cut this one off and just take push this. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Hang on a minute. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Hold on, I've just got to put this in place. I did this absolutely perfect, this piece thing. Hold on a minute. Hold on. It's so nice when it comes together like that. It's like how I did my first decoupage and everything was just fitting together like I think I would just have done. It was just pure genius. Hold on. Okay. That one is just to dry, and hold on, I've just got to put some something wasn't put down all the way here. Hang on 1 second. I have to add something in here, right over here. Ah, my piece that I had done. Okay, hang on. Hold on, trying to put a butterfly and a bird somewhere. I have to work work on this some more tomorrow. Let that go over there, and I like this one, and I just see what I have to do on this one. Hold on a minute. Aha, this is what I want to see. If I do that, I'm thinking of doing something over there. Alright, that one I want to work on more tomorrow. Hold on a minute, guys. I want to see how I just want to, this is dry, that's nice. I just want to, where's my paint? Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on a minute. I just want to paint the back of my reverse decoupage. I'll be right there. I just want to paint it white. I just want to give it the first coat. That way tomorrow I can go over it. Yeah, that really made that pop out nice. Okay. All right, let that dry. I'm too impatient. Okay, let me just put another coat on this. I'll be right there. We'll see if when I come back, somebody got that last word. I'm coming back, hold on. Hold on, please. I just have to get this top. Okay. Sorry, I'm covering my paint now. Thank you for indulging me. Sorry. I'm coming. All right. Gotta wash my brushes out. I'm just gonna wash the rest of these strawberries. I think I'll just eat these for dinner. There's 7 or 8 of them. I'll just wash them. Okay, hang on. Need a few blueberries. Let me just make sure the mozzarella cheese is, yes. Okay, I'm coming over there. Hold on. All right. Oh, you all stayed waiting for me. Okay, thank you. 2 weeks ago, you bought one of the pack of strawberries. By the time you got it, it was moldy. Yeah, you have to eat them right away. They don't last at all. They don't last at all. Yep. You have to eat them right away. Your favorite fruits are all red? The fruit that has the red seeds. Raspberries. Raspberries. Oh. Pomegranate. I answered you. Oh, they grow naturally around here, but birds get them. You can get a few of them. Okay, so I ate all the strawberries in that quart. I have another quart. Put them away. Oh, I didn't put them away. Hold on a minute. I have to put them away. I'm gonna have them with my breakfast. Okay. Hold on, I've got to get a couple of Mary's Gone crackers. Mary's Gone crackers. Have you ever had Mary's Gone crackers? They're super, super healthy. They're like nothing but grain. What are those things that you eat? Oh, persimmons. Okay. Did anybody get this word? Did we get this word? What's this word? I had chilled plums the other morning. They were delicious. What is this? What is this word? Did you guys figure it out? Oh, what is it? What'd you get? Hi. Can you write it in again, please? Aback. I was taken aback. Very good. Except my thing won't work. What? What? Hold on a minute. Torch? Sure. Oh my gosh, what is so funny? In the time that I mentioned banker boxes a while ago, I've only made 4 of them and I haven't stopped. What are you putting in them? What are you putting in them? Please tell me what you're putting in them. Paperwork? Are they made of cardboard? What are you putting in them? Other, that's right. What are you putting in them? Please tell me. Please tell me what you're putting in them, 'cause I want to know. She's putting crochet in them? No, I know you're giving me that. Very good. Very good for that. Her. Yeah, White Angel. There's an echo here? Yeah. I thought I heard echo before, so I echoed before there was an echo in one of the torture. No. No. Tech. I already tried coat, I think. Nah, yes. No, I use them plastic bins for all my craft supplies. What is in those boxes? Paperwork and stationery, you know, like stuff like odds and ends around the office. Okay. I can't even keep my eyes open anymore. I've running around all day like a chicken. It's raining now again. Surprise, surprise, it's raining again. It's rained all day. I think we're going to have a very rainy summer, and that sucks. Sucks, sucks, sucks. It sucks. Cohort. How about cohort? No, there's not another. No. I tried echo, I think. Echo. Etc. Rack. I think I'm going to go to bed, though. It's 3 in the morning. And I've done a lot of videos today. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. God bless and prayers. Be good. Talk to you tomorrow. Love you guys. Prayers for all that need them. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good.